It's our First NBC Bank weekend preview brought to you by First NBC Bank locations throughout Southeast Louisiana and the Florida Panhandle, and a proud sponsor of SportsNOLA.com. Lenny Vangilder along with Jude Young as the calendar has shifted to January. We've got NFL playoffs without the Saints this weekend. The Saints still getting some things done even though the season's over. Futures contracts, haven't heard anything about any decisions that may be made in terms of current staff or players, anything of the sort that could be changes for 2017 at this point. But obviously, the spotlight will shift to that certainly from the Saints' perspective.
Well, I think everybody's waiting to see who the Los Angeles Rams hire as their head coach before you wonder about what the Saints are going to do with their staff because of the persistent rumors, at least nationally, involving Sean Payton. As much as he tried to diffuse them earlier in the week, they're still out there. So we'll see how that works out first. But clearly, people are wondering, perhaps special teams, will there be more permanent changes there after the moves made in season? We'll have to see about that. And then the Saints can get about their business, no matter who's the head coach, of looking at 2017 and seeing if they're ready to make that leap forward that several teams make every year, including some that we see in the playoffs this year. And there's no reason to think the Saints can't do that with a strong offseason. Again, we'll see who's leading the charge, though.
We shall see. The other pro team in town, the Pelicans, at home Thursday night against the Hawks, but then heading out on a key 5-game road trip on the East Coast. And Ken and I have talked about it. Pelicans have had a lot of success against the Eastern Conference. If they're going to make some hay in the Western Conference playoff race, I think this is a key couple of weeks for them to be able to try and get some wins on the road, whether it's 3-2 on this 5-game swing or, pick a number, whatever the case may be. But this is a chance to really do some things there.
There's no question that they have an opportunity to put themselves in the race down the stretch to try to make it for that 8th seed. There's 7 teams in the West that are good, and they're going to be in the postseason barring injuries or something out of the ordinary. So if you're the Pelicans and have a shot for that and put yourself in position once you get to March and April, that would be a massive achievement considering the way this season started. And you're right, this upcoming stretch is huge against teams that they should be able to compete with. A lot of teams without superstars. That really opens the door when you have Anthony Davis and a cast around him that now seems to understand the roles that they have to play. It all comes down to how well this team shoots the basketball, because they're going to have defensive matchup issues when they play small. And if they can put teams away when they're in games by knocking down outside shots that Anthony Davis can help provide you because he's so good and demands extra attention, then they'll win a few ball games. And they really need Drew Holiday to keep playing well. His minutes will be very important. Tyreek Evans, he's starting to round a little bit more into form. Can he stay healthy and contribute? If they have those 3, they have a chance every time they take the floor.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see exactly how Montezumas contributes as well. They made that signing official earlier this week. On to college basketball, Jude will be on the road this weekend as UNO 2-0 in the league. With a key road trip, and look, UNO basketball has been trying to get back to, I don't want to say relevancy, but certainly it's, playing its spot in the rotation, if you will. And this is a key weekend, heading to Lamar and then over to San Antonio after that take on UIW, and a chance for the Privateers to really to make a mark in the Southland race.
I think there's no doubt that even the people out on the lakefront, who I know well, will tell you that relevancy, yes, that's what this has been a battle for, starting from ground zero, essentially, early in Mark Schlesinger's reign. Right now, they have a senior-dominated team, seniors and juniors, the key contributors, so there's no reason to think they can't compete in what is a down and very wide-open Southland. They had to win those home games to start off. They did that. But there are other Louisiana teams that are surprising and have won their first 2 home games as well. So there's going to be a battle for how many road wins can you come up with in this league. And Lamar is very good. Former UNO coach Tick Price had a down year last year, but he's got a lot of athletes and a UNO transfer. Speaking of a homecoming of sorts going to Beaumont, and Colton Weisbrod, who's averaging a double-double, who transferred back to his home area in Beaumont because of personal concerns. Wish we had him on the ball club, too. He's having a great year, and he'll be public enemy number one for the Privateers tonight. Then a quick turnaround, which is the usual in the South in these 2 games in 3 days. Opportunity knocks. If UNO can come up with 1, and let's hope 2 victories, because I'm biased, then that would be a big start towards perhaps competing for a league title and trying to get this team back to the dance. If you look up what the Southland Conference brackets are like, if you can be a top 2 seed, you only have to win 2 games in the conference tournament to win the automatic bid. So it's huge every game throughout an 18-game schedule in the conference.
And you alluded to it there, but conference play in basketball is a lot like tennis. Home games, you're serving. The whole idea is the whole serve. If you can break a few serves on the road, you've got a chance to do some damage, especially in a very competitive league like the Southland. While UNO is on the road, LSU and Tulane at home this weekend. LSU off a good comeback win at Missouri on Wednesday night, has Mississippi State on Saturday. Tulane is at home to Memphis on Sunday afternoon. Also, in terms of basketball, high school basketball, the All-State Sugar Bowl National Prep Classic underway on the boys' side. The girls get underway on Thursday, and SportsNOLA.com is your place to be on Saturday to catch all of the finals action. The 2 girls brackets, the boys brackets, we'll have them all for you here on Saturday. 2 of those games part of the First NBC Bank Prep Showcase. You'll catch re-airs of the girls' finals Monday, the boys' finals Tuesday on WHNO TV 20. It's just like as college basketball is into conference play. High school basketball about to be into district play. Actually, some district play started as recently as Tuesday.
For pretty much all of these teams competing this weekend out at the Ilario Center, this is the last chance to win one of these tournaments as a practice run, if you will, for the state tournament coming up after the long run through district play. And it's a special honor to win this tournament that Ed Daniels, our compatriot here at SportsNOLA.com, has put so much work into making a special annual event this time of year. The team certainly appreciate it, and it's first class. So we certainly hope you can watch it online. If not live, get out there, especially on Saturday for the finals, and watch these great games. You'll love the atmosphere. The hard work that's been put into it every year makes it fun for fans and players alike. And then you can come home and watch the replay on SportsNOLA.com and WHNO TV. Pretty good plan, right?
Yeah, I think so. And the beauty of this is there's as many as 6 games going on at one time. All for one price that you can come in and check out all these games with all. You get the main court and then all of the auxiliary courts as well with action going on. So a great place to check things out, and we hope you will.
No doubt.
Jude, have a great weekend with the Privateers, and we'll see you soon.
I'm looking forward to seeing you next week, and hopefully everybody's enjoying a good start to their 2017.
Yes, indeed. That is our First NBC Bank Weekend Preview, brought to you by First NBC Bank, locations throughout Southeast Louisiana and the Florida Panhandle. Check them out online at firstnbcbank.com. They're a proud sponsor of SportsNOLA.com. He's Jude. I'm Lenny. Have yourselves a great weekend of sports, and we will see you next week.